One job is running now, it should fine. Now close this and create a new terminal once again. Let's see. Still it is showing Anaconda 3. So what you can do, type Fonda ENG list. What are the environments are there, you will get here. So you can see there is a many environment has been there. So now what I can do, API base environment name I have given something. Wait a minute. What I have given the environment name? House prediction. You can see the environment name is here. House price prediction. So I can type here Fonda activate HOUSE house price prediction. Let me see. Environment name not found. Fonda activate house HOUSE house. Here I see price predictor. Okay. Predictor. PICTOR. PICTOR. Now it should work. Yeah. Now you can see my Conda environment got activated, right? So next is what? Go to the app.py. I'll explain the codes. Let me first do all the sort of things and then I will explain this part. So first of all, we have to install pip install Flask. And yeah, Flask seems like got installed. Now next what we have to install? Pickle is already installed. Pandas. Pip install pandas. Let's install pandas as well. Then automatically NumPy will get installed. Maybe. So this indexing is going on. So let it to be complete. And NumPy also we can install. If install NumPy. I think it's not needed installation. Now every error has been gone, right? So also go to the model.py. Here you can see sklearn, right? So go to the scikit-learn official page of PyPy. What they are saying. One minute. The scikit-learn official page, sklearn PyPy. Any package if you want to install, go to the PyPy library. And you can see 1.3.0 is the latest version. So I'm going to install this latest version of scikit-learn. So simply Control E and the scikit-learn should get installed in this environment. Right? So let it to be installed. Now once the installation has been done, what we can do? Yeah. So we can run, okay, it's done, I think. So now we can go Python app.py and let me run this. So it got started, open this, and now it is asking for area and square feet. I'm passing 1200. And let me check the price prediction, and you are getting the price of the house will be this one. It's a very simple linear regression problem, guys. Very simple. Did you guys understood what we did? Now let's understand the coding part. I think how the model building has been done, I'm not interested in it because it's a simple linear regression problem. So I'm not going to talk about that. But yeah, if you guys are looking for it, then I can help you with that. So what is there? You can see there is a model.py. Can you see this? This is a model.py. And as of now, I will give you one homework here. I wanted to show your integrity and interest here. I have not seen so far any of the interest from the all of you, like combined work you guys have been done and submitted. So now I wanted to give you one assignment where you guys can work together and show the integrity here, that you guys are eligible to understand any kind of complex problem. If you guys able to submit the problem statement what I am going to give today, then I would be happy to show you some more advanced format of deployment strategy. As of now, it's very simple strategy. Why I'm saying simple strategy? See, it's a very simple because I'm going to call linear regression. I think everyone knows the linear regression. And here, how it is going to read the data from the JSON. And you can see this data, house price JSON data. You can see this is a very simple linear regression problem. Means here is the area, here is the price. Like with your height, how your weight is getting, means how your weight is getting increases, means how height is going to affect on your weight, means only one input one output, right? But I will give you one problem statement where a multiple input will be there and single output will be there, right? That problem statement you have to solve, and also you have to work on a UI. There's, in this application there is a two section. Let me talk about this part. 1 minute, let me connect my whiteboard. And feel free, you guys can unmute. I'm speaking multiple times. If you guys something is going over the head, then feel free unmute yourself. I'm happy to address, but if you are not unmute, then I will think you are understanding everything, right? Yeah. So what I'm trying to say, okay. So here I'm trying to say, in any kind of application, web application, especially I'm talking about web or Android or iOS application. Okay. In any kind of these two application, three application, web, Android, and iOS application, always be a two part. Number one part is the front end. Number two part is the back end, right? So as a ML engineer, your job and responsibility will be at the back end. But I have to deliver end-to-end application so that I can show you how the things is getting worked. So for that, I have created a front end as well as back end as well. So in the backend section, your machine learning model will work from the front end. Request will come because I can create an API as well, and that API you can give to the user and or your front end engineer. A front end engineer can integrate that API to their front end, and they can call this thing. They no need to worry about the how the backend is working, but you have to give that API, right? And for that, I'm going to show you like how the Flask is going to coming into the picture. Okay. As of now, I integrated both the things. Now I will show you how you can do these things with the help of these things. And also I will show you how to do the debug. Okay. So very simple. In this front end is there. Front end is nothing but like you have seen right here in this web page, we have a front end price predict house price. So here is the square feet area and the predict button, and you are getting the field like what is the price of the flat of the property, right? So this front end is responsible to send the data, take a data from the client, and it will send the data to your backend. And backend responsibility, it will call your model, machine learning model. Here, machine learning model is getting called, and the machine learning model is giving the response, and that response is coming to from backend to the again coming to the front end, and front end is displaying here. It's a very simple. Now, here in backend only, whatever request is coming, if you want to store in some of the database, you can use the DB. Either you can use the MongoDB or SQL, means SQL or no SQL, both the things, where you can, whatever request is coming, you can store it, start storing in the DB. And whatever response is coming into the ML, you can also start storing into the DB. So that tomorrow, if you want to debug your machine learning problem, machine learning model, whether your model is giving the response correctly or not, you can easily track with the database collection, with the database data, whatever data has been came, and we can easily monitor our machine learning model so that we can start retrain. Any question? Okay. seems like there is no question, so I can move ahead. Now coming to the code part. So this is the data. As of now, the data is very simple. Only 10 data are there, 10 area, 10 breadth. So it's a very worst kind of model. Again, I'm saying it's just I before this class, I was just preparing for the material for you guys so that I can show you how the end-to-end application is working. See, again, I'm saying like I'm not getting interest in that kind of thing that I can show my integrity here because nothing came as an output from you guys. You have to show your output, you have to display the things, then only it will be like believable. Okay, I can put some effort on it. It's a part of curriculum, I'm doing my job. But again, I'm saying I'm not seeing any kind of response from you guys. Like, okay, every weekend you guys are connecting, you guys are asking the question, you guys are coming up with some problem statement, how to do these things, how to do that. I'm not getting this kind of statement. I am ready to answer the questions, but I'm not getting any kind of question. That's making me demotivated here. But again, I'm saying like it's my part of curriculum, so I have to deliver my thing. That's what I created, a very simple problem statement. I converted into a web application. I am giving these things, right? That's all. Now, if you can move ahead with this, and then I can show you something Docker and Kubernetes as well, how to deploy machine learning model on the Docker and on top of Kubernetes. That will be, again, that's another level of learning, but here I'm going to show you, this is our input data. You can take the data in form of the CSV and JSON. So go to the model.py. Here I'm going to import my pandas and scikit-learn model and pickle model. So here what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to I'm trying to read the JSON file, and because my input data is coming from the JSON file, so that I'm going to read the data, read JSON, pd.read JSON. But if you have to read the data from the CSV, what to do? Read CSV, pd.read CSV. You have to, and you have to read the data file. And then what I'm trying to do, I'm going to create a data frame, area in square feet dot value and reshape. I'm going to make it reshape into -1 to +1. So it's a very simple. And what I'm trying to do, I'm going to make whatever shape of the data, like area and the square feet, that is we are coming completely, we are going to consider. Similarly, for the price also we are doing. And next, what we are trying to do, we are creating an object of linear regression model. And with that object, I'm fitting this thing. And we are creating a simple model, and we are dumping this model into model.pickle. You can see this model.pickle has been created. Now, what you can do, you can create your own model.pickle file as well. How you can create a model.pickle? Your own model.pickle. So what I can do, I will, instead of creating model.pickle, I will create a model1.pickle file. What happened? So I can create this model1.pickle file. And how to run this file? So Python simple, Python model.py, model.py. So model.py, and here just this is my model.py, and I'm running this application. As soon as my application will run, you can see there is a one more model will come here called model1.pickle. Can you guys see? This is your own model, and this is I have created in my system. Okay, so now you can consider like, okay, this is your updated model, right? So what we can do, go to the now. Okay, I think this Python file has been understood by everyone, right? Any question in this? How we created a model.py? This is just a simple Jupyter notebook में whatever we were doing. It's a very simple things I have been done. I will give you the actual problem statement. Frankly, I'm speaking, but if you can deliver this problem statement with the UI and with the API, everything, I will tell you what to do. But as of now, just do this much. If you guys can do this much, then it's well and good. But if you are not able to do, and if you have any question as well, I am happy to address these things. But still, if you are not able to do and not able to deliver, then it's your problem. Again, I'm saying. So any question in this model.py? Anything what we did? That's good. Now we have a model.py. Now coming to there is a different section. Okay, there is the app.py. This is very important file. Here the backend engineer, ML engineer role is coming into the picture. Okay, so just try to understand. When yesterday I showed you, like whenever we are hitting the facebook.com, the home page is getting created, home page is getting called, and that home page is getting displayed in your web browser. Similarly, whenever our application is getting run, like whenever we are hitting this, go to this page, whenever we are getting this page, just simplify is home page. This is our home page. You can give your name, you can give your logo, company logo, you can give a number of things. That's on you. It's a front end job. I have not designed this front end. It's I just got it from the Google resources and collected this front end and just trying to deliver here. That's all. But if you guys are interested, I can show you how to do what to do here. But here, as of now, just try to understand. This is your index.html. Means this is the like an image. This this image is coming from the HTML. This is the HTML, and from where is your HTML? This is the HTML. You can see this index.html, and no need to worry what is written here and everything. This is just a template. Okay, this is just a template, and this is they are calling this screenshot and everything, right? This is the screenshot, right? This is the screenshot. You can see this is the screenshot they are going to call. So, and also there is the CSS. You can see this is a background image, right? This is your background image. Can you see this? Simply background image. On top of it, they are going to apply the text box and predict button so that you can read that thing. So simply just go to the index.html and let's understand what is there. So you can see button. There is a button and background color. Background color is this color and white smoke. These are the different things. I'm not interested to explain this part, but these are the things is predefined. You don't need to worry. Whenever you have to define any kind of button, you just copy paste this one time once more. Let me show you. Once again, if I'm going to copy paste this thing and color padding and text and font size, this one with it now. So once again, if I will open this index.html, let me open in, is there any option opening? Okay, there is no option to open in. Let me show you. House price template index.html. Let me open. And I think there is a two button is there, but as of now, only one button is going to show you. Just a minute. Border size, color, okay, padding. I think that 18% box shadow width. This I think the space, both the button has been defined on the same place. Let me 1 minute. So both the button has been defined on the same place. That's what we are not able to see the difference. So let me do 7.7 pm and 0.3 pm. Let me see these things and go to refresh this page. The button is found on this side. Okay. 1 minute. So I think this is the complete button background. This is the button and the body, background, body, no repeat. Okay, no repeat and background size. This one and background color is green and color is white. ST green and white. And this is the style and H1 header tag. You can see this is the header tag in there, right? Predict house price. This is coming from here. This is coming from here. You can make any changes here. House prediction, predict house price by Rajesh. Same thing will be replicated here as well. So you can see this is coming here. So you can change these things. And here is the action is coming. Like, okay, URL to predict. So here is the function we are calling, right? Predict. You can see this is the predict price. So predict and post. Here we are calling the post function and the text area and where we are giving the response, we are giving the response inside of this text area and the submit button. Now we are creating the button and the button name I am going to give predict price button. You can see, and if you want to give one more button, I think we can give one more button. Why not?
Yeah, we can create another button.
Yes, I think you are from the front end, right? Ashutosh? So here I can give predict 2 button, and let me show you this page. Yeah, you can see 2 button is there, but here as of now we are calling only one API, right? And both the button. So both the button functionality wise will do the same job. So instead of creating 2 buttons, but if you have a multiple API and need to be configured at the different button, you can do that. You can play with this front end. So again, I'm saying I don't have much knowledge about the front end. You can use this template to any kind of machine learning. But as of now, my interest area is what you can create one text area, and inside of text area you can pass. See here, I'm taking what area in square feet. So, but if you have to create a multiple input field, what you can do, simply copy paste this line of code. Coming down. Okay, I think I don't have the plugin. It seems like I don't have the plugin of this HTML. That's what it is coming like this, but yeah. Now here, so name you can give area instead of area, you can give the bedroom count. Bedroom count. Bedroom. That's all. And text area you can mention and number of bedroom. Number of bedroom. And now if I refresh this page, you can see there is a 2 text area. So if you have a multiple input needs to be taken from the client side, you can create like this from form. So you can create and you can take that. But as of now, I have to take only one input. So I'm going to make it only one input. That's all. But you can consider multiple input area. So this is about the index.html. Inside of index.html, these things is there, right? Now if I refresh this, and also one thing you observe in the background, there is nothing. Can you see this? In this, the background, there is an image, but in our index.html, there is no background because here we are not calling any background at all. So all the background is part is coming from the CSS. Where is the static page? Yeah, this background JPG. So this background JPG we have to call, means inside of index.html. I think here they have been called. Yeah, here we are calling that file background, and this file is where this file is inside of static, and here we have a background image. So if you have to change the background image also, what do you have to do? Nothing. Download that image, store inside of in this static folder, and call that image here. The automatically the background will get changed, right? So you can do that. You can play with these things. I am not showing all the sort of things, but I'm just showing you how it is getting worked. So this is about the front end. Now coming to the back end part. Okay, forget about the front end, forget about the images, forget about the text area, all the sort of things. My interest is what to show you the API. Okay, so now go to the app.ui. I think we have covered many things. We have covered data folder, we have covered screenshot, we have covered static folder, we have covered template, and we have covered model.py as well. Now, last but not least one is app.py. This is very important part. So you can see if I'm opening this page, it by default it is opening at what 127.0.0.1 5000. But if you are opening facebook.com, facebook.com, you can see my Facebook as soon as I'm opening. This is Facebook homepage, and here is the domain name. So how they are going to work? They are going to, so see, whenever you will deploy your application, it will be deployed in some of the cloud server, right? And that cloud server will have some IP address, right? And that IP address will get mapped with your domain name. That is called that means that is called SSL certification. Okay, but that part is not your headache. How these things is getting done? These things is getting done by the DevOps guys. You don't need to worry. They will give you complete static URL with which you can map it out. But as of now, just try to understand if you want to correlate this part, how these things is getting work. See, instead of these things, you can give your domain name, right? You can have your domain name, and that domain name you can map with this address, IP address, and with that, whenever you will hit that IP address, it will get called this particular thing. So these things is the part of the DevOps guy. But as of now, just try to understand whenever we will hit you URL, your URL, like this 127.0.0.1, instead of writing 127.0.0.1, I can write localhost colon 5000 as well, right? So that is also doable. You can use that. But as of now, just try to understand. And here, as soon as I'm hitting this localhost 5000, I'm calling the index.html. So you can see as of now, just as soon as I'm hitting these things, I'm calling index.html. And index.html responsibility to take this background image, take this all the text area and predict button, all the sort of thing. Now, whenever now there is a button called predict price. So you can go to the again index.html and you can see there is a button section. So here, if we are hitting this button, we are calling what? Okay, 1 minute. I'm bringing water. Just a minute. So, so as soon as I'm hitting this button, my function is getting called here. You can see this is the predict endpoint is getting called. So as soon as I am calling this endpoint, this button predict price endpoint is getting called whenever the button is getting hit. Now this is coming under this category. And here what we are trying to do, we are taking request from values and we are getting all the values and we are going to convert this in the form of integer. And we are getting this list format. That's all. We are getting data in form of list. That's all. Now what we are trying to do, we are trying to get the features, and that feature we are again going to do the reshape. Because why reshape? Because in the model.py also we are doing the same reshaping. So while passing the data also we have to do this reshape. So we are doing the reshape, and now we are calling this predict function. So here is the model. Model is what? We are loading this model pickle file here, model, and then model dot predict function we are calling, and here we are going to pass the feature final. This is my feature final, and this feature we are getting the response prediction. And then we are going to render index.html prediction text. Index.html prediction text is equal to prediction of house will be rupees and that format. And you can see, you can go to the index.html and you can see the area, and then here they are going to pass this text area prediction of 1 minute. So here they are calling the index.html, and inside of index.html they are setting this text. That's all. Nothing else. So this is a very simple application, right? And if you want to debug this application, how to do the debugging, I can show you. But before that, I want you guys to please clone this project and do a setup in your system and do all the necessary action. If you don't have the PyCharm, don't worry, I can help you, but at least do the cloning of this one. So how to do the clone? Let me first push this code, idea of remove first, and this also we have to remove yes code. And let me push model one also I'm going to remove. Okay. So what I can do quickly, I will create one GitHub page. So once again, guys, please follow me. If you guys missed Git and GitHub, I'm going to do once again. This is my GitHub page. And what I can do, I will create a repository, and inside of repository, I can give the repository name ML model deployment, model deployment, okay, deployment. And now create a public, and this has been done. Now what you can do, just do these things. Git init, go to this section and create git bash. So more git bash here. Click a git bash, open your git bash here, and do git init. Git init. My git has been initialized. You can see one .git folder has been created. Next, what to do? Just go there and git add dot. Now next git. And also in this, there is a one more thing is there. Make sure, okay, no, virtual environment is not here. Git, git add dot. So I'm going to, okay, before that, we have to check the git status, right? So you can see everything is red, means untracked file. So what I can do, I can make a track. So how we can do the track? Git add dot. So now everything got tracked, and if you will check the git status, you can see everything got green, and you can see change to be commit. So let me do the commit, git commit -m, and here I can pass the message. I am passing message called initial commit, and git commit fnf. And now once again you can check git status, and now you can see nothing to commit. Everything has been cleaned. Now this up to this we are okay. Now next is how your machine will understand where to push, right? So for that we have to add my remote. So git remote add, and this your repository URL. Sorry. Git remote add origin, and this one. Your repository URL. This is your repository. And this remote add. Now your local knows where to push. How to check whether your local knows or not? So simple git remote -v. This is the command with which you can see this is your remote URL, right? Remote URL. And now what I can do, everything has been committed, right? So git push. Just do git push. It will throw an error. In my system, it will throw an error. I know why it is throwing error. I can completely understand, but it will throw an error. Yeah. So, but I can push it. No worries. I can push it from here. So you can see I can push it from here. It will get pushed. In my terminal, there is a problem, but yeah, you guys can push it. Now, what I want you guys to clone this repository and do a setup, necessity setup in your local system. Let it to be pushed once again, and then I will show you what to do. Oh, it is saying login via GitHub. I can say use token, and token I can create from here. Settings, I may be slow to respond. Setting, go to the setting, how to create a token. Go to developer settings, personal access token, and this one token classic, and this is my PyCharm. Okay, it seems like 20 expired on Saturday, 26th August, and today is what? This will not. This is not expired, right? Oh, expired on 20. Okay, 1st August it got expired. Let me delete now, generate a new token and generate a token, and here it's asking for password, right? Let's create this password. Now it is, I can give never expired token. Never expired. EXPIRD. Never expired, I can make it no expiration. This is fine. And I can give complete access. You guys also can do if you are facing the same problem. Generate a token has been generated, copy this token, okay, and this time you guys can give this token here and log in. Now it will get pushed, and it got pushed the master. Now what you can do, refresh this page, go to this, go to ML model deployment. You can see just now, 4 minutes ago, I have committed, right? Everything is there. Guys, please respond. Are you able to see your code has been committed? Now, what you can do, you guys can clone this repository in your system and do whatever I'm saying now. Please clone it. After cloning, do let me know if you guys able to do the clone. Yeah. Yeah, please do clone. And after cloning, let me know. Okay, link I have given now. Link I already given. And wait a minute. Please clone in your project wherever you are doing the cloning at all. And let me also do this, please. I will parallelly update your master sheets as well so that I will not miss day 22, day 21. And here I'm going to give your GitHub link. This is your GitHub link, ML model deployment. ML model deployment, yeah. So I have updated your GitHub link as well here. Please run it, guys. Please run it. Yeah, clone to local. Yeah, clone. Now open in any kind of IDE, either VS Code or PyCharm. I don't have any problem. Open that project in VS Code or PyCharm. That's all. If you want, you can share your screen as well. I don't have any problem. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Did you open the project here? Yeah. Acha, very good. Open your terminal downside. How to open terminal? This one. Now let it to be open first. Wait a minute. Please follow me. Now do one thing. Wait. So, in your case, base is not showing, right? Okay. It seems like ENB issue. You don't have access, right? So what you can do, conda. I'm giving one command. You just execute this command. Conda create -n house prediction, or else you have a virtual environment as well, right? Just run this command whether it's working or not in your case. I have given one command. Yeah. Run this. Enter. Virtual. Type pip install virtual env. No, not like that. Control C, Control C. Virtual env, bus. Virtual env, not VNV. बस VNV. बस that's all. Virtual env. VIR. Oh, okay. I did a mistake. I did a mistake. It's fine. Now type virtual env VNV. Install is not. No, install nahi. What I gave a virtual env VNV first. Now we are going to create an environment. Okay. It seems like your environment got created. Can you refresh your project? You must see there is a one folder called VNV. Right click on your house. There is a refresh button. Click on it. Clicked. Yeah. You are not able to see VNV. Virtual not recognize the name of the. Okay, wait a minute. It's throws error, I think. Object spelling mistake is there, right? Oh, sorry. I used Conda environment. You guys are using virtual environment, right? So no need to worry. We can use any kind of environment that's on us. It's got created. Yeah, it's got created. Yeah, leave it. Now come down. Type here VNV and press tab. Tab. Type S and tab. Capital S. Then activate ACTIIV. Activate AC. Small me. Tab. No need to write everything. Tab. Just press tab. A type karo and press tab. Yes, that's all. Press enter. So this is the way to activate your environment. You can see on the front, VNV is coming, right? In terminal, in terminal. In terminal itself, you can see on front in the VNV is coming, means your environment got activated, right? Now here we have to install all the sort of things. What are the things? Okay, I will do one thing. I'm going to update one more file here. I'm going to create one requirement.txt so that you just need to install that requirement.txt and you no need to remember what are the things has to be installed, right? So I'm going to create one requirement.txt, UIREMENT as requirements dot text txt, and click on add. And what are the things I have installed so far? So I can do one thing, pip list. I can create pip list. Oh my god, this one. Pip list. Just a minute. So I have installed scikit-learn. Let me do one thing. Let me create a file. Then I have installed pandas. I have installed numpy. I have installed flask. Yeah, and anything else I have installed? Things like there is a problem. I think this is done. Flask I have installed. Anything else I have installed? NumPy, Pandas, Flask. I think this many. This is more than enough. So what I can do, I will do commit this repository, inside of my repository, this requirement.
Scikit-learn you have installed.
Yeah, I have added in my requirement. You can see in my screen. So updated the requirements dot text. Okay, do one thing. Can you take a once again pull? Just pull, not clone. Git pull. The things will get updated. Do git pull. Yeah. Enter. What happened? This if you wish this one git branch hyphen set, there is a one command has been given, right? No, wait. You are not inside of that directory. First thing, you have to go inside of directory. Press ls, type ls. Go inside of this cd ml model deployment. CD, press cd space tab, press tab, capital M. Remove your mouse. Can you replace your mouse? Your mouse pointer is making me disturb. Replace your mouse somewhere else. Yeah. Remove the backspace, go backspace. Type cd space M, capital M. Press tab. Enter. Now do git pull. You are not inside of that directory. Git pull. Enter. Now you must have the requirement.txt. Go to your VS Code. Go to your VS Code. No, go to your VS Code. Now you can see there is a requirement.txt came. I can see last side. So how to install all those things? Type here downside, pip install. Everything will get installed in one shot. Pip install. So these are the necessity thing always needs to be done whenever you are taking any kind of ML project. Pip install -r. R means reading. Space requirements.txt. Press REQ and press tab. नहीं REQ लिखो और tab दबा दो ना. REQ and tab. नहीं REQ Q REQ tab. Press tab. Nothing works. Why you are pressing dot? Enter. So now see, in one shot, everything will get installed in this environment. Wait a minute, it's getting installed. So I did manually one by one, and you are doing with the requirements. With the requirements, everything will get installed in one shot. That's a beauty. It's done. Yeah. Now do one thing. Can you type Python and model.py? That's all. Python model.py. MOD and press tab automatically. No, it's picking model.pickle. Press PY. Enter. Wait a minute. Okay, go to model.py and change the pickle file name. Na? Give something different name so that you can see this. No, anything you can give. What you have given first model. Okay. Run this once again. So you can see first model should get created. Yeah. Can you see that? Refresh that page. Are you able to see first model? Model deployment. Your terminal. Are you in right terminal? Deploy model, ML model deployment. Can you type ls in your terminal? नहीं नहीं ठीक था but type ls ना आ गया. That's okay. So your model is also getting created. Now you have to open your app, right? So now type python app.py. Enter. Wait a minute. And now go to this, copy this URL. Oh, to URL first running on HTTP. Copy that URL and open your favorite browser. Control C, that's all. Yeah, press area and pass area and hit on predict price. Anything. You can pass any square area. So this is your price and you are getting congratulations. Go. So did you understood how to do these things? Now, okay. Now I am going to give you problem statement. I think house prediction data set you already have, Boston house prediction data set.
Yeah.
And in that we have a multiple features, right? You have to build a model with all those features. I think I have already shown you how to build a model. You can use the same code in your model.py and you can store that model into a model.pickle file that you know. And you have to create an app in such a way so that all the input can take from the front end. And I have shown you how to do that. You can use that. And with that input, you have to create a prediction and stored inside of these things. That's all. You have to do that. Are we good? Can we do that? Yeah. That will be the like one of the homework. Okay. How many of you have, okay, this is the like local deployment, guys. This is called local deployment. But I want to you deploy into some of the cloud. Are you guys interested to do that? But for that, you should have one cloud provider, either of these, either Azure or AWS or GCP, anything. Anything should be fine.
I have Azure.
Azure you have?
I'll use one account.
Okay. So can we create a one account in AWS?
AWS, I'll take a previous and
Okay. Okay, no worries. No worries. So what I am requesting you guys, please come up with your AWS account. If you have, that's well and good. If you don't have, then we can go with some free cloud provider. Again, everything is free. Whatever I'm going to show you, all are free. It's just 2 rupees charge, and within a 10 days, it will refund you. They are just taking 2 rupees just because to validate you are a valid customer. That's all. Okay. Anyways. So this is all about a deployment, and I have given already one assignment, and this assignment I'm going to write inside of your this as well. So let me write assignment question as well. Assignment: create multi multilinear regression model, multilinear regression model with Boston dataset, Boston dataset, and build class application before coming next class. Okay, this is the assignment that has to be submitted. Now let me show you what is the next. Okay, what are the algorithm we have discussed? We have discussed, I think, linear regression and logistic regression, right? Now let me open another model. Hold on. Oh, one minute, huh? Just- Next machine learning is linear regression has been done, logistic regression has been done. Next, we are going to jump into ML learning model, machine learning model, part two. Okay, first part we have seen. Now we are going to discuss about another part. Okay, so let me give you the code directly. It must be here. This is right. This is the- yeah. So you can directly copy this. I think already you already have the access. So please download this one, Decision Tree. And here is the code. Please download this GIF complete drive and especially the GIF file. This GIF file. Once it get downloaded, do let me know.
Where you have uploaded this structure?
Can you go to your master sheet? There is a link. Just click on that.
Okay.
And download. Okay, Susan,
It showing access denied.
ठीक है, I can give the access. No worries. Now, can I have your mail ID? SUSH. SU. Yeah. Yeah, I have given the access. You guys can. Done?
That's a
Oh, good. Now, if you guys able to done this, what we can do, go to this portion. I have created inside of this. Yeah, actually this one, this one. So here is one to be done. Just like that. Now we are going to understand another machine learning algorithm which is called decision tree. Okay, so let's begin that. So again, any kind of machine learning model, this techniques is common, like decision tree means any kind of machine learning model. And we did the same thing, right? Now as well. So first of all, start with your problem statement, understand the problem statement, collect the data set, appropriate of data selection, and data descriptions is very important. What your data is saying, what each features are saying, how the each features is going to add the value to get the output. This is also important, and making the story is the valid is the primary job of data scientist. If you are able to make a story with your data points, then always it will add a value. But if you are not good maker of the story maker, then it's going to be a worthless, right? Then we have to perform the statistical and graphical data analysis and all the sort of things. Then we are going to perform the data transformation and derivations of new attributes if necessity, and selection of machine learning algorithm. That part we are going to see, and you have to see, like, with the understanding the problem statement, you have to check what kind of algorithm we can apply. Either it's a regression problem or it's a classification problem, and that part I think you guys are know very well, right? The selection of machine learning algorithm based on the pattern observed in EDA, and then we are going to apply data standardizations and normalizations. Why needed? Because the data variations is very high. So what we can do the standardization so that the standard deviation will be 1 and mean will be approximately 0, not equal to 1. It will be approximately up and down 1 or up and down 0. Okay. Then we are going to use the creation of train and test data set using the parameter, and then we are going to use the model training and machine learning algorithm and testing above and calculation of model accuracy, both training and test accuracy. And then we are going to do the hyperparameter tuning, achieve a better accuracy, saving the created model, deploy the deployment strategy for the model. That part we have not touched yet. Deployment, how to do a deployment, because we don't have any cloud provider yet, but I can show you in my local system. I mean, in my cloud, one of my cloud, I can deploy these things. But it's, yeah, it's not a big deal. We can deploy it out. We already have code in the GitHub. We can clone that GitHub into the remote system, and we can get some of things. But yeah, so just try to understand this is the movement. Now, production deployment and testing and finalizing and retraining approach and logging and monitoring the model, and then again dashboarding, and then we have to stop. So this is the any kind of machine learning algorithm flows, workflow, and not, again, I'm saying my ML, machine learning or data scientist or AI is not an application. It's not an something that with which you can deliver end to end. It's just an skill with which you can deliver an application. Okay, in a very precise way and very interesting way. But if you are thinking like after learning the machine learning, you become a developer, then it's your wrong. You can use your AI skill to develop a help to developer to build a web application, but you cannot submit end-to-end web application. That's again, it's just keep these things in your mind. If you are going to become a data scientist, it's not like that you can be a full stack developer or something. Data scientist job, you are just contributing as a skill to develop a web application, right? Now, in the going forward, means with on this way of machine learning algorithm, we are going to learn another machine learning algorithm which is called decision tree. Okay, how decision tree works? It's very straightforward. Okay, today is Sunday, and let's suppose I'm going to take an example, a very simple common scenario. Like on Friday night, if someone is coming from my friend circle or someone from the office colleague is saying to go out for the dinner or something, then I must go. I will go because Friday is my weekend. For me, it's Friday is the weekend. But Saturday, Sunday is completely occupied. So I can't take any kind of outing and or something on a Saturday or Sunday. So if someone is coming on Friday, then I can go easily. Means I love to go on a Friday night. So that's a fine. But the thing is, on Friday night as well, if I'm going out, there will be some criteria, right? Now, Bangalore weather, everyone knows, right? At any moment, rain can come, right? So we have to build a decision to whether I have to go outside or not. So what will be the condition? Number one condition, if the day when people are asking to go outside, if the day is the Friday, then I can go. Second condition, how is the weather? Second condition should be the weather as well, right? If weather is rainy or something, then I can't go outside, right? There's a multiple factor. And based on these factor, I'm going to coming on the decision whether I should go or not. This is called decision tree. Similar example I have taken here as well. Decision tree algorithm is one of the most versatile algorithm in the machine learning, which can perform both classification and regression analysis. It is very powerful and work great with the complex data set. Apart from that, it is very easy to understand and read. That makes it more popular to use. When coupled with the ensemble techniques, forget about the ensemble techniques. What is ensemble techniques? I will talk about the ensemble techniques in ensemble class when I will start teaching ensemble machine learning technique. But as of now, just try to understand decision tree is one of the machine learning algorithm which we are going to use in ensemble machine learning techniques. Ensemble means combination of different kind of machine learning. That's called ensemble machine learning technique, and which we will learn very soon. No worries. And it performs even better, as the name suggests. The algorithm works by dividing the whole data set into like tree-like structure based on some rules and conditions, and then gives the prediction based on those conditions. Let's understand the approach of the decision tree with a basic scenario. Suppose it's a Friday. I have taken all a Friday night, and you are not able to decide if you should go out or stay at home. Let decision tree decide it for you. Okay. So how the thing is that if someone is coming to my place or my friend or colleagues, whether we should go out, means we have to go out, then I will check this condition. Okay. What's the time? If the time is more than 10 p.m., obviously I will go. If before 10 p.m. I can't free. So if time is more than 10 p.m., then okay. If it is time more than 10 p.m., then I will not go. And if time is less than 10 p.m., then I will go. If time is less than 10 p.m., then I will. Time is okay. If time is less than 10 p.m., sorry, if time is more than 10 p.m., yes, don't go. Okay. If time is more than 10 p.m., yes, then I will not go, don't go. And if time is not less than 10 p.m., then no. If it is not greater than 10 p.m., then I will check another decision. Okay, do you have enough money? Obviously, we have to check the money as well. Because if it is a month end or something, then might be some financial crisis will be there. So do you have enough money? If it is enough money, then go and enjoy. If you don't have the enough money, then don't. This like decision we are going to make based on the different criteria. Now here the concern of building the decision tree, which decision I have to apply for. It could be possible instead of checking this time, first time I will check the money. First place I will check a money, whether I have a money or not. Even if you have money, and then I will check the time. That is also possible, right? So the understanding and making the parent tree. So this is called parent node. This is called child node. So which will be your parent node? Which will be your child node? This is might confusing parameter, right? So we have to understand which parameters, which node I have to consider as a parent node and which nodes I have to consider as a child node, right? So this is the very important and interesting thing. Here the complete mathematics and complete data scientist role will come into the picture. Now, with this example, did you guys understood how the decision tree is getting worked or not? Right? How the decision tree getting on? It's a simple tree like structure. We are going to make a different predictors, and that is going to help you to take a decision whether you should go out or not. Similarly, it's like a predictive model, right? Like predictive model in the sense of it's very simple. Like okay, similarly, like you have different kind of criteria whether you will pass. Whether let's suppose you are going to take an examination for something, and what is the chances that you will get crack or not crack. So it could be possible there is a multiple factor like, okay, how much preparation you have. Second condition, what is your durations of reading? What will be your environment? These are the different factors. Based on that, we are going to decide whether you will or whether we are going to predict whether you will crack the examinations or not, right? So these are the different things is there. Now just try to understand, although we may or may not use the decision tree for such decision, this was a basic example to help you to understand how decision tree makes a decision. So how did it work? It selects a root node based on the negative given condition. For example, our root node chooses as a time is greater than 10 p.m. or not. This is our primary root node you can say. So, but the thing again, how you can say this will be your root node. But as of now, just we assume, right? So then root node was split into the child nodes. Child node, it should not be nodes, it should be nodes, N-O-D-S. Nodes based on the given condition, the right child, right child node in the above figure fulfilled the conditions. So more questions were asked. Okay. So now question is how you can select the primary node, means root node. Which condition you can apply the root. So this is again hypothetical answer, I can say, but I can give you one thing. You should select those kind of nodes always as a root node, which can reduce the complexity to make a decision. How you can select the root node? See, let's suppose what will happen if I will make money as a root node. Let's suppose I have a money, but again, if your time is more than 10 p.m., sorry, less than 10 p.m., you are not able to go because you don't have the money. So if you are going to make this as a root node, then this is the problem, right? Because even if you have a money and the time is more than 10 p.m., you will not go. So what is the condition to make this thing as a root? But if you are going to make the time as a root node, time is more than 10 p.m., then okay, if time is less than 10 p.m., then it could be possible I could have money or I could not have, right? So if I have money, I can go. If I don't have money, then I will not. But it will not dependent again on this factor. But if I'm considering money as a primary node or root node, even money, even what I can say, even the time is less than 10 p.m. and if I don't have the money, then I will not go, right? So always select those kind of nodes. Again, there is a term which is called Guinea imperative entropy. With that, we can understand which node has to be selected as a primary node. But for before that, just understand the theoretical concept. Right? Now let's see how the parent node and condition is chosen for the splitting the work. So decision tree for the regression again. This part is very much simple. We are going to calculate the error. Like this is actual value, this is my predicted value, and based on this, we are going to calculate the error. MSE, which is called mean square error. I'm not interested to talk about the decision tree for regression, but as of now, just try to understand the decision tree for classification problem. In this decision tree, there is a two thing is coming called tree pruning. Again, very important question for the interview. So what is pruning? What do you mean by the pruning? Pruning means cutting down. So tree pruning, what is the need of tree pruning? Means, let's suppose if you are going to take a decision whether you should go out or not, that could be multiple questions can come into the picture. Number one question, what is the time? If time is greater than 10 p.m., not go. If time is less than 10 p.m., you will go. Again, after making this decision, again the other question will come, what will be your money? Means what you have the money, whether you have the enough money or not. If you have, then again the question will come, is it necessary to go? Then again next question can come, who are else going? Then again next question will come, what will be the priority action on the Saturday? If I'm thinking this question, I will remember. So what is the next? What will be your next tentative deadlines? Okay, these are the questions I will ask with myself. So n number of questions can come into the picture if I have to take a decision, or anyone has to take a decision, right? So question is here, we have to stop thinking. This is called overthinking, right? We have to stop thinking at some certain point. That point is known as pruning. So the pruning can be two types, called pre-pruning and another is called post-pruning. So pruning is the method of trimming down the full tree obtained through the above process and to reduce the complexity and variance in the data, just as the regularization in the linear regression, and we can also regularize the decision tree model by adding the new term. So what we are trying to do, we are trying to cut down to make a decision maker. Okay, this is seems like a very much overthinking kind of thing. So we can stop the thinking, and that is called pruning. And the pruning can be two types. So pruning can be two types, which is called post pruning and pre pruning. Pre pruning means before making the decision, I can make restriction. Okay, these things should not think. Post pruning, after making the decision, I will again think. Overthinking. Did you guys have faced this kind of problem? I used to. Let's suppose I make a decision, I have to go outside, and after going, I feel guilty. Okay, why I came here? I have these things to do. I have these things to be delivered. Why I came again, right? So these things I used to do. This is called post pruning. Means after making the decision, again I am going to cross verify these things. This is called post pruning. So these are the two type of pruning can be considered. Now coming to the classification of the tree. Now classification tree means decision tree for the classification problem statement. It's pretty much simple. For the classification problem, number one problem is what? Which node you have to select as a root node or primary node. That is the important. For that, we are going to learn two term, which is called number one term is called entropy, and number two, I think entropy. I think everyone learned. If you are from the engineering background, everyone has studied thermodynamics. I think plus two method. Like in 12th class, there is a one sub chapter I can see in physics, thermodynamic, or I think in chemistry it was. Or chemistry also there is a one term called entropy, right?
Yeah.
So what is the yeah, tell me.
No,
So entropy. So there is a one thing, and why we are going to learn entropy? Entropy we are going to learn to make a decision which node I have to select as a primary node, right? So there is a one concept called entropy, and second concept is coming as a Gini index. So we'll talk one by one in detailed way, don't worry. But before that, let's discuss about the entropy. I will complete the theoretical concept today, and the practical concept will start from the next class. So entropy is very simple. Is the measure of randomness in the data. In other word, it gives the impurity present in the data set. So means if entropy is high, means what? The randomness in the data set is very high. Means uh, if I'm talking about the randomness, means the people like me. If my entropy, it seems like my entropy is very high, if I'm going to take an example, I make a decision and then again I used to rethink on it. Why I took this decision? Why not do this like this, that? This is called randomness. So I have a very much, mood swing kind of people. Like I used to change my mood very frequently. So if you have this kind of thing, means your entropy is very high. And if your entropy is very high, means the randomness in the data is very high. You can see this is called low entropy and this is called high entropy. When we split our nodes into two regions, put different observation in both the regions, the main goal is to reduce the entropy. Means randomness should reduce. Means if you are going to make a, means if you, again, let's suppose in this only, in this problem statement, yeah, this one. So if I'm going to make one criteria, then my most of the question has been answered. Again, I will not ask this question in the bottom section because I have already taken a decision behalf of this question, right? So entropy always used to select in such a way so that the randomness in the data set will get reduced, right? Means number of question asking, the probability of asking the number of question will should get reduced. So when we split our nodes into two regions, put different observation in both the regions, the main goal is to reduce the entropy, that is reduce the randomness in the region and divide our data cleanly than it was in the previous node. If splitting the nodes doesn't lead into the entropy reduction, we try to split based on the different condition. Did you understood what I'm trying to say? Let's suppose if I make a decision based on the timing and still I'm in confusion whether I should go or not, then you should not consider that timing to be as a parent node. You should consider the different node for the making the decision, right? So different node or we stop. And the reason is clean. Low entropy when it contains data with the same level and random. If there is the maximum level present, high entropy. That is, suppose there are M observation, M row, and we need to classify them into the category 1 and 2. Let's say the category 1 has n observation and category 2 has m minus n observation. So in this case, what will be the probability of category 1 n by m, and what will be the probability of coming q is m minus n by m. So 1 minus p. So you can see the entropy formula is very much simple. Let me use my whiteboard. I said we have m observation and we have to classify into two categories called category 1 and category 2. Now what I can say, if let's suppose n observation belonging to category 1, so what will be the, how many observation will be belongs to the category 2, m minus n? So what will be the probability of coming category 1? So n by m is the probability of coming as category 1. So what will be the probability of not coming this category 1? So this will be, if this is not category 1, then obviously it is category 2. So if I can calculate the probability of this, then obviously I can calculate this. So the probability of category 2 is equal to 1 minus p. Very simple. And 1 minus p equal to what? M minus n divided by m. This is called probability of category 2. Probability of category 2. And this is called probability of category 1. Here T1. That's all. That's all. So same thing I have been written. So entropy is coming to the, and this 1 minus p will be considered as a q. Okay. The entropy is going to define minus p log of p base 2 minus q. Q means 1 minus p. Okay. Into log of q base 2. This is called entropy formula. Entropy formula. We are going to calculate the entropy like this. So when all observation belong to the category, okay, what will, okay, in which condition the entropy will be very high? So let's see. If all category is belongs to one category, then what will be the Q? Means P ka value will always 1. So all category belongs to the one category 1, then the P value will be what? 1. And Q value will be what? 0. So put all this value here. So minus P log of 1, 1, sorry, base 2. And this is also 1. And Q 0 into anything will be 0. So now the answer will be log 1 base 2. What will be the result? It will always log 1 base 2. The entropy will be 1. E will be 1. 1 minute. I made a mistake. Okay, log 1 ka value will be 0. So entropy will be 0. Okay. Similarly, if I'm going to make all things is belonging to the category 2, in that case, what will be happen? P is equal to 0 and Q is equal to 1, right? So if I'm going to put this value as well, my entropy will be 0. So means what we understood, entropy will be maximum, entropy will be minimum when the probability of certain event is 100%. Did you understood? Similarly, when the entropy will be maximum, entropy will be maximum when the probability is 50-50%. P is equal to 1 by 2 and Q is equal to 1 by 2. So in this case, the probability will be maximum. How I am saying these things? Let me do this. Let me show you with the mathematics. So entropy formula is this one, right? Put this P value and Q value here, na? Minus 1 by 2 log of 1 by 2 base 2 minus 1 by 2 q का value भी same है. So log q 1 by 2 base 2. Okay, very good. Now see, both the things is common. So what I can do, if I'm adding minus plus, so minus of log 1 by 2 base 2. 1 by 2 base 2. Now just try to understand, huh? Very important term. So minus. And do you guys know log of A by B ko can I write log A minus log B? Yeah, basic mathematics. So minus log 1 base 2 and minus and this minus will get plus. So log of base 2 and this will be 1, always 1. So this will be 0, 0 and plus 1. So that's what I'm saying 1. So entropy value will be maximum when the probability distributions of the probability of all the event is equal. Then the entropy will be maximum. So same thing I have been written here as well. If you guys can observe these. So when all the observation belongs to the category 1, then probability is 1. The observation belongs to category 2, then the probability P is equal to 0. And both the cases entropy is 0. You can see in both the cases entropy is 0. So what I can say in book means entropy value. Let me show you. Entropy value will be 0 if either P is equal to 1 or Q is equal to 1. Both the cases. And entropy will be maximum means 1 when P equal to Q is equal to 1 by 2 means 50%, 50-50 chances. Then the entropy will be maximum. And it should always be there means you are not able to make a decision means you are going to put the weightage on both the condition. Whether you should go or not go means you are not able to make a decision. Right? In that case, randomness will be very high and the entropy will be always high. And this is the simple graph of entropy. Yeah, info. Now we understood the entropy, how to calculate the entropy and what is the entropy. Entropy means how much randomness inside your data set. Okay, in physics and in chemistry, I think the definition of entropy is degree of freedom, right? Degree of freedom is also known as this concept. Okay. Now coming to the another term which is called information gain. Okay, I think everyone knows entropy now. Now with the help of the entropy, how can we calculate the information gain? Okay, let's discuss about the information gain. What is the information gain? So information gain calculate the decrease in entropy after splitting the node. It is different between the entropies before and after splitting. And the more information gain, the more entropy is removed. Means in entropy, what we are trying to do, we are trying to calculate the entropy before splitting the data set, and also we are going to calculate the entropy after calculating after splitting the data set. And in both the cases, we are going to calculate the entropy, and we are going to make a difference between these both the entropy, and that difference is known as gain, which is called information gain. And if the information gain is very high, means it seems like you have selected a right, what we call a right nodes as a parent nodes, right? Okay. Forget about these things you guys have to be done. Now we are coming to the another term with which we can calculate, and why we are going to learn these things. Anybody can explain why we are learning entropy, information gain, and now Gini impurity? What is the reason behind of it?
To reduce the wake.
Yes. Or else you can say to get the primary node or root node, right? Which node you have a multiple analysis, right? We have taken example of time 10 p.m. or you can say money. So which parameter, which question has to be asked as the first place? That's what we are going to learn. Entropy, information gain, and now we are going to learn Gini impurity. So Gini impurity is very simple. It is again, it is not a tough thing. Gini impurity is measure how often randomly chosen element from the set. Acha. According to the Wikipedia, Gini impurity is measure how often random. So according to the Wikipedia, Gini impurity is a measure of how often a randomly chosen element from the set would be incorrectly labeled. If it was randomly labeled according to the distributions of labels in the data subset, and it calculated by multiplying the probability that is given observation is classified into the correct class, and sum of all probability when that particular observation classified into the wrong classes. Okay, let's talk about that, how we are going to calculate the Gini impurity. So Gini impurity is very simple. It's calculate the probability distribution of each category, and then we are going to calculate the information gain behalf of that things, and then we are going to check whether it should be a root node or not. So for understanding these things, let's take an example of this. Okay, so we have taken example like class and gender, and this is called decision. Stay in hostel is like your output. So what we are going to understand, I have to take a class and I have to take a gender, and I have to predict whether this student will stay in hostel or not. This is the very simple problem statement. So first thing is that we have a two predictor here. Number one predictor is what? Class, and number second predictor is what? Gender. Now my question is how you will take a decision with the help of Gini impurity, which nodes have to be selected as a primary node or root node. Anybody? How you can say this node has to be parent node or child node?
Which uses which is not depends on others.
So you are right, but we have to show these things with the help of mathematics. Okay. So now coming to the mathematics. Okay. So let's try to calculate the Gini impurity for both the class. class, and gender. Okay. So what we are going to do, we are going to calculate the Gini impurity for class feature. Again, I have taken example from this thing. Now in this class feature, how many categories are there? Can anyone help me? Number one, 9, 10, 2, 8, 3, 9 again. 3 category, 4 category. I think 4 categories are there in class feature. So just try to observe this point, huh? Please observe this point. In class 8, first consider only class 8. Okay. How many class 8 sections are there? 1, 2. Let me take a pen. So this is the one class 8, 8, 2, 3, 3. I think 3. Yeah. We have three event for class 8. And out of 3, how many are staying in hostel? 1, 2, sorry, 1,
Two.
2. So 2 are staying in hostel. A simple thing. So you can see 8 plus 2 is staying in hostel. 1 is not staying in hostel. So total value 3, and P of yes, probability of yes is equal to 2 by 3. Similarly, probability of no is equal to 2 by 4. Sorry, 1 by 3. Because both the thing, if I'm adding all the yes and no, it should be 1. So you can see if you are going to add, this will always 1. And similarly for the 9 plus, I can see 2 yes and 1 no. 2 yes and 1 no. In that case also probability of yes is equal to 2 by 3, and probability of no is equal to 1 by 3. Similarly for 10th class 10, how many are how many students are staying on hostel? 1. And this I'm going to collect from here. Just you can also do that. Okay. Now similarly for class 10 and class 11 we calculated. And now in both the cases the entropy is Gini impurity is 4 by 9, 4 by 9, 6 by 16 for class 10, and class 11 is equal to this one. Yeah, class 11 is equal to 6 by 11. So total 4 by 11 property, total means total Gini impurity for class feature. I can do one thing, weighted sum of the Gini impurity. What we can do, we have a Gini impurity of class 8, class 9, class 10, class 11. So suppose like how many instance of class 8? We have 3 divided at total instance is 40, right? We are going to multiply this thing, and same thing we can do here as well, right? For class 9, class 10, class 11. So we can, did you understood what I'm trying to say? So here we have a Gini impurity for class 8. Wait a minute.
3 by 40. 40.
We have a Gini impurity for class 8. We have a Gini impurity for class 9, 10, 11. Now, additionally, I'm just adding this factor, which is called number of instances, total instances, means to calculate how many instances of class 8 is there? 3. So 3 divided by total instance is 40. Into Gini impurity of class 8, we have something, some value we have. Similarly, plus class 9 के लिए, we have like plus Gini impurity of class 9, I think you can calculate, and class 10 also you can calculate, and class 11 also we can calculate. So now all the things we can sum it up, all the things we can sum, we can do these things, and we will get Gini at the end. We will get Gini impurity of class feature, and we'll get this one 404. Now, did you understood this part? Similarly, we can calculate the Gini impurity for gender. Okay, so same thing. How many yes are there in the male section, and staying in hostel, and how many are no, not staying in hostel. Similarly, for female, we can say how many are staying in hostel, how many not staying in hostel. That's all. So we can calculate this Gini impurity again, Gini indexing or Gini impurity for the class gender feature, and we can get these things. Okay, we will get these things. Now, at the end, we can say Gini indexing of class is less than Gini indexing of gender. So root node will be class. So where the Gini indexing will be less, that node we are going to consider as a root node. Okay. So now we can understand there is how our decision tree is select. Now we understood, right? We don't need to worry about to make a decision as well or parent node. It will automatically, you know, do all the things. So we have a guinea. So we don't need to take care of which node has to be considered as a primary node. It will by the help of, with the help of the guinea indexing or entropy, we can easily calculate which node has to be considered as a primary node, right? So that's what we learned this guinea indexing. Okay. So now we have all these things. Now we are going to calculate the information gain. We have all the entropy and we are going to calculate the information gain. So very simple. So simple is why? Why it is simple? Because Gini indexing, you bring the Gini indexing, Gini impurity. Now we can calculate the entropy. With that same thing we can do with the entropy. Okay. I think uh, let's stop till here. Then I can show you the entropy part in next class and the practical session as well. But before that, please go ahead with this. Do mathematics with your own pen and notebook and come up with the solution conclusion whether you understood or not. If you understood, then it's well and fine. If you didn't understood, then ask the question what is there, right? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And this notebook has been already shared, so no need to worry. You guys can use that. Okay. Sure.